Heritage Day. I hope you're having a stunning Tuesday. Welcome to Afternoon Express. My name is Balisa Tembe, and of course, we are about to cook along heritage style. Now, Heritage Day is finally upon us. And of course, this year it falls on one of our favorite days on the show, Cook Along Tuesdays. Now, we all know that our fellow South Africans are completely in love with traditional food, which is an important part of Heritage Day culture. Now, whatever your background might be and where you come from, we celebrate you here on the show today. Language, tradition, attire, music, and cuisine, of course, are all significant parts of Heritage Day and month. Now, together with our Cook Along special celebrity guest today, we have two phenomenal ladies to show us the ropes in terms of making this a tasty Heritage Day special. Now in studio, we're joined by the head chef of Eziko Cooking School and Restaurant, Umama Lindy. Now she prides herself with her way of her cooking classes being more than just about food, but of course communicating the importance of African culture. Now we're also joined by one of our other favorite ladies here, with Chef Promotional, who will be helping us cook along in the kitchen as well. So chefs, take us through our very first dish today. What is on the table? Mama Lindy, you have such an incredible restaurant.
Yes, today I'm going to do a special lamb carousel stew. Ooh. Which is our favorite. And then we have with green pepper, onion, and potatoes. So the potato is the last thing.
Ooh, stunning.
On the pot.
It sounds good, Mama. Yeah. It's your first time being with us here on Heritage Day.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, and do you have a heritage message to our viewers watching?
Wow, I've been honored, my dear, at my age. I never thought I'll be at SAB3. I hope my grandchildren can see me. Oh, I'm so grateful.
We are so grateful to have you. If you want to be cooking along with Mama's special lamb stew recipe, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get the recipe. Of course, SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. We have got 3 generations here of cooks, 3 generations of entertainers, and of course, we've got Chef Promotional. Chef Promotional, what are you going to be making on your side?
Today, I'm going back to my roots, being a Xhosa girl, umngqusho matangana. So that's my clan name. Yeah. So today we're going to make umngqusho.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if you're familiar with umngqusho. There's a lot of variations, but you'll soon find out.
I love umngqusho. Look, we have our stew here. We've got our carbs. We've got our sides. We're coming together in perfect harmony this Heritage Day. Now connect with us online and tell us what type of traditional foods remind you of home. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express or comment on our Facebook page. Now, our first guest for today, our celebrity cook-along guest for this Heritage Day is the exceptional Kanyi Saw Makani. Now, he captured the attention of South African audiences as the friendly face on a popular youth show that's very early on in his life. The young entertainer cut his teeth in TV hosting before making the monumental switch to acting. Now, he's much loved for his role as Njeza on SABC1's popular show, Uzalo, and has proven the actor's sheer level of talent. Now, he joins us in studio today to chat about his journey. Plus, we get to test out his cooking skills. But first, let's have a quick snippet and have a look of Kanyi Saw on the job.
Fast, she clean, sizinomhlani, but usale besibhayiza. Ngifuna evidence ezosala lapho. Umsuzo wakho iphunga kwasani, evidence leyo. Ngasali futhi.
Wena uyayimosha yonke leyo nto ke manje.
Awudilanga ibhande, ufuna kuphinde futhi. Shawe ichamele manje.
Ngishaye ke mfana muzobona.
Uzokwenzani? Uzokwenzani? Ugijima tshela indoda yakho.
Cha ngishaye uzobona.
Njengaze ungijwela lapho lana ukawuhlwe namphansi ezwe.
I felt like I was in that scene. Now, look, if you've got any questions for Kanyi Saw, hit us up on our social media platforms using the hashtag Afternoon Express. First and foremost, happy Heritage Day and welcome to the Loft, Kanyi Saw.
Thank you. Happy Heritage Day to you too, Pamela. How are you doing?
Listen, it is so good to be here with you because we get an opportunity not only to just touch base as fellow South Africans, but to dive deeper into your incredible body of work.
Yes.
You have been everywhere. I mean,
what is everywhere?
You first came into the show. You came, well, not the show, but the entertainment industry as the host, of course, the presenter of a young youth show. How was that experience for you?
For me, it was exciting because I came in as an intern. firstly. So I got to know everything that is production. I got to do the camera work, I got to do sound, I got to do lighting, everything that is production research. But I started off at a community TV station. So that's where I got to do everything about television and, of course, production. That's how I got to learn about television.
That is crazy. So you literally have understood the industry, not only from in front of the camera, but from behind the camera too.
Yes.
I think that gives you a leg up in any industry, understanding what every role the people play around you.
It definitely does, more technically, because, you know, camera work, sound, you need to understand all those things. Lighting, you need to move into your light. You need to, and when you're on a live show, nobody's there to tell you this, so you need to understand all of that. So
Absolutely.
for me, it really did help me, well, it did give me like a foundation into this whole TV thing.
And then what was the decision to step in front of the camera, especially at such a young age?
I mean, I've always wanted to be in front of the camera. It's just that I wasn't really sure what type of show I would want to do in front of a camera. And I think that's, it gives you strength if you know exactly what you want to do on television. You can't just go around saying, I want to be a presenter for Expresso, but are you really interested in what Expresso produces, you know what I mean? So for me, it sort of like helped me when I was still behind the scenes to see exactly that, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and these are the type of shows that I would like to present for the rest of my life.
And you took it a step further, speaking of Expresso, and you were a guest judge on the Durban leg of the presenter search. How was that for you?
That was exciting because I was sitting on the other end, because I always do auditions. And
were you nervous?
I was.
This is now you're the judge.
I was nervous for them because I know how it is when you get inside, and also the room was just so small. The judges are here, the cameras are here, and the lights, it gets very hot. So I was really nervous for them, but I mean, I had fun.
I think that you have fun doing anything you do. Everything you touch turns to gold. I mean, you made the monumental jump into acting. How was the shift for you mentally, and not only mentally, but physically? Because the role of Unjeza is an ex-convict. I mean, looking at the polished gentleman in front of me, that is quite opposite to the character you play.
Well, I was nervous, I was scared. I was just hoping that I would just portray the role the way that South Africans supposed to receive the role, or in a more relatable way to somebody in the township and somebody that knows of Unjeza. So for me, I think I was lucky enough that in primary school I got to do theatre plays. So with that, I got to understand acting. And when I moved on into high school, I took up dramatic arts as one of my subjects, and I got to learn a bit more about acting. So I've done the TV presenting, and now I had to get into acting. But my big stress was, am I going to do the role the way that it's supposed to be done? Do it justice. I think that is so nerve-wracking, because being a presenter and being in front of the camera and just hosting, it's very much about you. It's about Kanyi Saw, who he is deep down, and, you know, bringing that out, especially in youth television. And you do a complete 180, and now you are taking on a completely different human being, different mannerisms. What kind of research and work did you put into articulating Unjeza? With that, for me, I think Gwangsiza, that I grew up all over KZN. So I got to experience different areas of KZN, even the dangerous areas. So I got to know of Unjeza when I was growing up, wherever I grew up, whether it was South Beach, we all know how dangerous South Beach is in Durban, whether it was Mlazi or Iskawini, there was always that Unjeza person. So in research for me, I didn't have to do much because it was already there. So all these years of me growing up was actually preparing me for Unjeza. Wow. And I think that world works in such an interesting way to bring together these two worlds and kind of make it work for you. And boy, have you made it work for you. Thank you so much. And social media and South Africa want to hear from the person that they have fallen in love with, watching you from just those young age to the gentleman that you are today. We've asked you on social media and online if you've got any questions for Kanyi. So, and we've got Ukolani here, who used the hashtag Afternoon Express, and he first starts off by saying, Happy Heritage Day, everyone. So happy Heritage Day from Ukolani. And he wants to ask you, Mr. Kanyi Saw Makani, a.k.a. Jeza, my favorite actor. What character or role does he enjoy the most when he is acting, or rather prefers doing the other roles in what you're doing now? And more than anything, what can he expect from you? On television, I've only done 2 roles, which is Upegi on another show, and now Unjeza. Right now, I am enjoying Unjeza because I've always wanted to portray a role like Unjeza because of, you know, my experiences growing up. I've always wanted to sort of like show people what umuntu ofana njengonjezu ukuthi udlula kusimo esikanjani. So thank you so much for those questions.
Stunning. And speaking about roles, speaking about work that you've done, we've got Rose Kingston, who has a very interesting question for you. Uti, my question for Kanyi Saw is, what would his dream role be in a movie if he was cast in an international movie? And which international actor would you love to star alongside in that movie? Ooh. That's a tough one.
That's tricky. But I have two favorite international actors. First being Denzel Washington, ooh, and also Angelina Jolie, because she shares a name with my grandmother.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So definitely those two I would love. But what role? International?
You're already playing a bad guy, so would you want to do something completely opposite, a more sensitive,
yes,
a more, you know, a softer person?
A romantic guy.
A romantic guy. Are you a romantic guy?
I am.
Not a cheater?
Yeah. My exes know this.
It's yet to be seen. Exes, you know our social media handles, you know our hashtags, head on our social media platforms. Let me know if you do agree with Kanyi. So now look, after the break, more importantly, we check out a meaty steak Gatsby, the perfect fit for your braai feast. See you after the break.
On the next episode of The Next Brand Ambassador, going back to basics, the contestants are tasked with putting together a mall activation that attracts passing shoppers and generates leads.
It's go time.
What are we going to do to make this great?
This is so intense.
I've never done this. Poor help. No one wants to work with me.
If you want to be boss, go be boss somewhere else, gal.
That's The Next Brand Ambassador. Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Saturdays at 2 p.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
Celebrate all our unique cultures and heritage. To celebrate all our unique Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, it is National Braai Day, as you know, in Kanyi. So I want to find out from you, are you much of a braai or are you much of a meat eater?
I do both. I braai and I also eat at the same time. I eat on the stand while I'm braaiing.
Well, look, I should one day put your braai skills to the test, which is exactly what I did in the insert we're about to check out now. Listen to this. There's no better way to braai than the way we do here in Mzansi. And with the new Royco liquid marinades, your braai is about to level up. With a new range of Royco liquid marinades to choose from, there is no limit to what you can braai your way. Now, I was back with the braai expert himself, Jan Braai, for the last ultimate braai challenge. Oh, here's what went down. To celebrate all our unique cultures and heritage, there's probably one thing everyone's going to be doing this Heritage Day, and that is to light up a fire and braai. So I couldn't think of the most perfect person to guide us through this braai day, the head of the whole initiative, Jan Braai. Now, Jan, as South Africans, we love a good braai. What was your intention behind the initiative?
The idea of the National Braai Day Initiative is to encourage all South Africans to unite around fires on National Heritage Day every year. Let's celebrate South African heritage.
Celebrating and uniting away. Now, what is a braai day without a braai challenge? Behind us, we've got 3 mystery boxes, all containing a unique mystery ingredient and a Royco marinade. Your job is to choose one of these 3 labeled knives, and this knife will let us know which mystery box we're using today. Ready?
Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see what's inside mystery box
C. Ha. There's a mystery potato inside mystery box C, and the potato comes with potato bake. That is fantastic.
I think that this is by far the easiest mystery box challenge. I mean, he's got potatoes. You can do anything with potatoes. And that Royco potato bake, ooh, delicious.
Now, to do potato bake is probably done in thousands, if not millions of houses every day, specifically on Braai Day, because it's a classic side dish to a braai. But I think we can go one more because it is a special occasion. Instead of just doing potato bake, let's do rosties. It's grated potato that you pan fry in oil and butter, and adding a bit of Royco potato bake. Once we've got our rosties and our chips, we braai some steak and we do a Gatsby. Because if you've got chips and you've got steak, you can do a Gatsby. A Gatsby, a true and proud part of South Africa's culinary heritage, similar to the bunny chow in Durban. It's the Gatsby in Cape Town.
Well, potatoes are the most versatile vegetable, I think. So I think we're going to have fun in the kitchen today.
Absolutely.
I am so excited to get stuck into this Gatsby. It happens to be my first Gatsby ever. Being new in Cape Town, I know that it's such a huge part of Cape Town culture and I guess South African culture as a whole. What ingredients do we need for this recipe?
For a rosti, all you really need is grated potato. That's it. But we're just doing it a bit, let's say, luxurious today. We're also adding an egg in there to bind the rosti, but the rosti would also be fine without it. Then we're also going to mix the Royco potato bake in there, simply to add flavor to the rostis. We've got some Royco smoky barbecue sauce on the steak, and braaiing the steak until it's medium rare, slice that up and build our Gatsby, which is really a French loaf or baguette filled with lots of good stuff.
It seems like our oil has definitely heated up and it's all about these fabulous rosties.
There we go.
Could you possibly add cheese to this recipe to just make that rosti a little bit more gooier and creamier?
Absolutely. A Gatsby likes cheese and a rosti likes cheese as well. So we've got 3 like that. And then while they are in the pan becoming rostis, let's go and braai the steak.
Stunning. Now, Jan, I love meat, so I think it's naturally assumed that I love a good braai too. Where did your love for braaiing start?
I think way before I was born, it's in our DNA as Africans, because our ancestors always sat around fires and made fantastic food and feasts on those fires. That is why it's important for this nation to unite around fires on Heritage Day, because that is who we are.
Absolutely, from the braai boss himself. Our meat is off the braai and our rosties are ready. Now it's time to assemble our Gatsby.
So we're going to start by essentially buttering these baguettes with mayonnaise. So you can go big on the mayonnaise. You want a lot of mayo in there. Then it's some salad, tomatoes. It's the rosti that's taking the place of slap chips in our Gatsby today. Then it's the bright steak slices, and then some salt and pepper, and a bit of bite, a bit of paprika, a bit of chili powder, just so that the Gatsby, you know, fights back ever so slightly.
Who would have thought of a steak Gatsby, and a bougie one too, with those fabulous rosties? Thanks to Royco, it's all about your braai, your way. You have to try this recipe at home, and to do so, SMS the keyword Royco to 33650. Jan, it's been absolutely amazing braaiing with you, and I hope you at home are sizzling with inspiration. Make cooking easy with Royco, delicious every time.
I'm Jan Braai, the man behind the National Braai Day project, and I appeal and call on all South Africans, unite around a fire, celebrate our heritage, share our heritage, and wave our beautiful national flag.
You saw that, and that Gatsby was good, honey, let me tell you. How do you think Jan Braai did?
I think he did well. I've never had that before. I would like to taste it.
Oh, God, Joe, I said Tegweni, we're Durbanites.
That's all we eat.
So think of a bunny chow, think of ikota, and it exploded to make a beautiful Gatsby. It's delicious. Now look, if you have your own braai secrets and tips, we want to hear all about it. So follow the link on our Facebook page. You can stand a chance to win awesome weekly prizes from Royco Braai Hampers, and of course the braai prize of an exclusive bush getaway and braai for two. So go to facebook.com/Afternoon Express for more details. And of course, we want to hear all of those tasty braai secrets.
Now, you think you're a better cook, right?
Facts.
I want to put your skills to test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready to roll up those sleeves in that kitchen?
Most definitely. I'm going to take off the jacket even.
Look, I throw down. So do not miss out on Mama Lindy and Chef Pumla showing us how to make umngqusho and a lamb stew after the break, right?
Yes, time for us to take a break, but make sure that you hit us up on social media. We are, of course, at Afternoon Chat, and don't forget to use our official hashtag, which is #Afternoon Express. We'll see you straight after these.
He's coming for my job.
Make cooking easy with Royco. Delicious every time.
On the next episode of The Next Brand Ambassador, going back to basics, the contestants are tasked with putting together a mall activation that attracts passing shoppers and generates leads.
It's go time.
What are we going to do to make this great?
This is so intense.
I've never done this. Help. No one wants to work with me.
If you want to be boss, go be boss somewhere else, gal.
That's The Next Brand Ambassador. Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Repeat Saturdays at 2 p.m. only on SABC3. The stage is yours. Proudly brought to you by Capitec.
I definitely trust you're having a fantastic Heritage Day thus far. Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, Clover Pride fat spread is a delicious and tasty fat spread blended with Clover Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil. Now, this is so versatile to use and adds heaps of flavor to our Heritage Day recipe, which is umngqusho with delicious lamb stew. Now, to get this recipe, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. To get the recipe, SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. So we've promised you a deliciously tasty recipe here today, and we are about to serve up some magic, some heat, and we're ready to get started. Mama Lindy, do you want to take us through what we need and the first steps?
Yeah, the first step, what we need is all the veggies, the green pepper, potato and onion, and the clove garlic. And what we're going to do, Palisa, you can start putting my meat while I'm chopping.
Okay, brilliant. Please, may I just borrow
All right.
from you?
We'll also get cracking this side.
Okay, what do you have?
For you guys, just preparing for our umngqusho. Kanyi Saw is gonna get cracking with the corn. You can grill it there. Just keep rolling it because we want that char.
So one thing I want to find out, because as umZulu, I'm not sure if umngqusho is gwaqane.
I'm not sure either, because I'm Xhosa, remember? Maybe Palisa can shed some light.
So how different is umngqusho to the traditional either ujeke or steamed bread, or even, I know, Chef Pumla, you've taught me how to make some bread using amasi too.
Yes, regular steamed bread or the modern steamed bread. So umngqusho traditionally is Xhosa. So in the past they used to use a piece of stone, something similar to this but flat. Wow. This is a modern version. So stone ground, so you will take your maize, which is a dry version of corn, and then they will grind it to milli meal. So that's the difference, the main difference.
Okay.
Yeah, this bread is made from, you know, the milli meal. And then to amp it up, you know, that corn flavor, we use the fresh corn. So you pound it.
Okay.
So it's not just a matter. I've seen steamed bread these days, they just add, you know, corn for color and stuff. You have to pound it to keep it authentic.
Wow, and we're going all the way authentic in this kitchen here today. Whichever way you like to enjoy your steamed bread, definitely hit us up on our social media platforms and let us know. Who knows, maybe we can be featuring your recipe the next time we're cooking along, making it super traditional, super Mzansi-licious. Now, Mama, how far are you with those chopping peppers?
Chopping. Can you add a little bit of water, please?
Okay,
a little bit of salt.
I'm just going to season.
So I quickly want to find out, wenza isitambo, ungasenza ngekhona.
Oh, precisely. We have so many dishes in our culture. I think the similarity, the dishes themselves look similar from both Zulu and Xhosa. It's just the names they are given.
Yes.
Yeah, earlier you were talking about beans incorporating corn.
Yes.
So we have sopi. I don't know what you call it.
I've never heard that word before.
Yes, we call it
I've also never heard of
sopi is like soup, which is made from maize. So it's dry maize. It's soaked just like Sam. Yeah, then you soak it overnight in hot water, and then you use beans. So it's similar to beans, but it's more in a soup form.
All right.
So we call it isopi.
Oh, guys.
Yeah, and then to answer your question, you can definitely put some corn. I've seen a lot of similarities in Italian cuisine.
Yes.
Yeah, so I happened to go to Italy once. And,
just throw that in there. Just throw that in there the same way I'm throwing in this delicious Clover Pride. Why not?
So yeah, so one of the dishes that I had there, it had corn, it had beans, and it had something that looked like sam, kinda. So, and bits of chicken in it.
Okay.
It's a Sicilian dish, but it's similar because it uses corn and it uses beans in it.
All right.
So yeah, so just keep turning it to see if it's brown. I'm gonna be mixing my ingredients here, Pali.
Let me make sure that this is hot enough for you.
Is this similar to braaiing it on the braai stand?
It's exactly the same concept.
All right.
Except you're doing it now on the grill in the kitchen.
Indoors.
Okay. Yeah, indoors, really. And you don't need to put anything in that. So to make the bread, you're going to get a bowl. It's very straightforward.
Okay.
All the ingredients go in one bowl. So we've got self-raising flour.
Okay.
So self-raising flour is a shortcut, really. You know, instead of now having raising agents and stuff. So that's this is the ingredient that keeps the integrity of the dish, which is umngqusho, the milli meal.
Yeah.
So you have to have milli meal. Again, if you think of similarities in our cuisine and Italian, they have polenta, which is very similar. So you can use that as well,
And now,
if you don't have milli meal.
The portions.
The portions I have about 2 cups of the self-raising flour and the 1 cup. I like to use those proportions a little bit less milli-meal.
Okay.
Wow. And Mama Lindy, I know that we're speaking about the integrity of keeping food traditional, keeping food authentic, of course. And I had the incredible opportunity of going over to Joburg, and there was an appetite fest there. And I was asking everyone, Sekuyi Heritage Month, what makes South African cuisine so special? And of course, you run your own school called Iziko. I mean, what is it about South African food that you decided to even put it in the name of your school?
So I've decided to make the lamb carousel stew because it's the best, even if you are gathering the family, Christmas, Thanksgiving, so it's the best. But the best thing you do with my carousel lamb stew is the taste. Because sometimes I braise my onion, everything first. And then, but it's not a problem.
Okay.
You can do it, but I prefer it. You braise all your veggies first.
Yes, I get that. I think
but
so
it's
too.
not a problem. But me, personally, I love that.
Absolutely.
But as long as we can get the taste.
And the taste is what's important, ma'am.
It's what it is important.
And I know at your school you go above and beyond just teaching food, but also about communicating the different heritages that people come from, and that's a very important part for you.
Definitely. You know, I appreciate that because even people from overseas, they come and taste the African cuisine, which is they know Mama Lindy is the best.
Isandla sa Mama Lindy.
It's right. And I make it whatever passion.
Yeah.
You know, you love it.
Absolutely. And look, I'm sure we're definitely going to love this here today.
You're going to love it, you
Absolutely.
know? And you own it. You have to own everything in your life.
I agree.
So I own it.
You own it, you put your stamp on it, you put your name on it. I mean, just as we say here on SABC3, the stage is yours, own it.
I own it.
Absolutely. Kanyi, so how's it going there with the
It's going pretty well. It looks all right. It looks fresh. Another question I wanted to ask is that I've seen with West African foods is that they use chili more.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they like the chili foods.
They have more tolerance of chili than some of us do in South Africa.
Yeah. So do you happen to make that sometimes?
I actually have a version of cornbread, which is similar to this. I normally make it, you know, with a clover masotando, and then I would add some corn in it and then chop chilies.
All right.
But I remove all the seeds inside and the vein as well, because that's where the heat is.
So, but now it's not going to be chili food anymore if you remove the seeds.
It is chili. It's there. Trust me.
That skin has a little bit of a
from Devon. He's
he's
from
like
Devon.
Chef
He
Puma,
likes it to burn.
We in Durban have just that spice to us, and it's more than just our talent.
Yes.
It is in our taste buds too.
I know, right? I think our corn is ready. You can move it.
You can move it out now.
Over, yes.
Okay.
Just move it to my board, and I can share some tips with you.
Please do.
On how to dehusk it.
Okay, I'm trying to take it out, but now it's not working. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Oh,
Let
you
me
need
help
to
you.
open
Please
this.
do. How do we open that?
There's the pro right there.
I was telling you guys that I cook sometimes, and when I fry these type of things,
Do they happen?
With my fingers, yeah.
Oh, well, it shows now who the true pro is. No, Kanyi, so you're doing a sterling job in the kitchen today. I'm really enjoying you. And also, I think that your questions are not only helping you, but they're helping so many viewers out there at home who want to put on a spectacular dish, it being Heritage Day, but just don't know how.
So here's a cool tip for you, Kanyi Saw.
Right.
This is what I normally do. You can just use the board and then remove all the corn. Yeah, the kernels. Or you can put it here. I'm not going to do it today, but just remember the next time, if you've got this type of a pan, it's called a bun pan.
Okay.
So you can just place it, and then from there you can cut it down. So what this does, it prevents all the mess, because the kernels, they have a tendency of spreading everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
So, okay, to get cracking, maybe you can help me. You also have a knife there. I'm going to need another one of these. We can keep the two aside. We can use it later if we want.
Yo, it seems like our stew is coming along.
So this is how we remove.
Exactly like that?
Yeah, exactly
Okay,
like
I hope I'm going to do it. I hope I don't cut my fingers.
Well, if you do, we've got the
cut your
paramedics
fingers.
just on standby.
Oh, there. Okay, I got it. Wow. I'm doing it.
Okay, so what we're going to do with our corn, now we're going to incorporate it to the rest of the ingredients.
All right.
You don't even need to break it. Just take this add it right into your other ingredients.
Okay, I think I made a bit of a mess here, but...
You've got a cloth here if you want.
Kanyi, so there's no such thing in the kitchen. When you make a mess, it means that we're having even more fun.
More fun.
And of course, we're having such a good time. If you just joined us and you're wondering what's cooking in this kitchen, we're making a delicious heritage umngqusho and lamb stew, of course. And we have just added in our veggies into the pot. We've added our Clover delicious pride fat spread. We've also got in here our onions, our peppers. We've just put in some brown sugar, tomato paste, of course, and some chutney to add more flavor, add more zing.
So you see me cleaning every 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Clean as you go.
That's the #1 rule my mother taught me in the kitchen, is that whenever you're cooking, make sure that you wash your dish, you clean as you go. So when you're done cooking...
Clean as you go.
And when you dish up, you don't have to go back and now clean.
I always say, my mom said the same thing. It is a game changer, South Africa.
Yeah.
Clean as you go, as you're cooking along in the kitchen. So now we've asked you on social media if you have any questions for Kanyi Saw. And we've got Usamkelo here, who says, Happy Heritage Day, everyone. Kanyi Saw, this is spicy and I'm here for all of it. Are you single or are you taken, or is it just complicated?
Well, what would you like it to be?
Wow.
I'm joking. It's complicated. It's definitely complicated. I'm not sure if I'm taken. I'm not sure if I'm single.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea. We want to hear all about it.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there.
Well, I kind of met someone a couple of days ago and now they've ghosted me. So, hi, if you're watching, how you doing? Are you all right? Please respond to my text.
This just got so awkward. If you feel subtweeted, if you feel like those shots were coming to you, our homeboy is waiting, and we've got the entire Afternoon Express family that is backing him 100%. You're missing out on a good thing. You see his skills? Now look, after the break, we are going to make sure to come back and help us wrap up this awesome Heritage Day feast. Ooh, yummy.
Every day, brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home in Port Elizabeth, a support base where children undergoing treatments and their families are accommodated, supported, and given a fighting chance against cancer.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, where this kitchen is smelling delicious, and I hope that you're cooking along step by step along with us. Now, nothing says heritage like South Africa. And here on Afternoon Express, we love bringing people together the best way possible with food. So join us as we add the finishing touches to our Heritage Day recipe, umngqusho and a gassy-licious lamb stew. To do that, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. This stew is looking delicious. Wow. I mean, nothing says gassy more like a lamb stew. Any stew, nje. Mama, so we're about to add the potatoes next?
The last thing you must always remember, it's my potatoes. You cut it into fours, and then you seasoning it with salt and pepper, and then you stir it. Okay. Now we're going to season it.
Stunning. With some salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper in it, and we toast it. We're done.
We're done, yeah. Super easy. And Mama, I want to encourage everyone at home, whatever vegetables you have lying around in your fridge, of course, if you've got anything hanging around in your pantry, head over there, take it out. We want you to use your leftovers. We encourage you to use what you've got, of course, being budget-friendly this Heritage Day. Stunning. Okay, this looks like it's coming together well.
Yeah. So we're going to add a little bit of
our stock.
Stock.
Okay. How much stock needs to go in this recipe? Does it matter how much curry you want?
But it's according to the packs, how many guests. So as you gradually, your ingredients, you increase. You can be 5, 10, but gradually you
increase.
You increase.
Hey, but sometimes, Mama, we've got those unexpected guests who just go, no.
Talk about it.
I am here and I want to be fed. And that is the most difficult thing. So, of course, we encourage you also to make a lot more. To feed the family, feed the neighbors, let everyone come together.
It's true.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow. So, the best, the taste.
The best is the taste. The proof is in the pudding, or rather the tasting.
Taste.
And for you guys, how's it going?
I want to find out exactly what am I doing here.
Yes, I know you've got more questions for me. And
yes,
you've done
definitely.
a great job. I think you're done.
Am I done now?
Yeah, we can take that. So what I was doing there, I was helping your fingers. I was reducing on the mess, really.
Right.
So I've given you a bit of the clover olive pride. So I don't know if you're familiar with this product.
No.
It's actually a great product in the sense that it doesn't only help the dough to stick less.
Okay.
You know, in your fingers, if you're using your fingers to mix it.
Yes.
It also as well just keeps the ingredients bound together, because that's what you want. You want one whole bread. And it's also very rich in omega-3. So it's made from a combination of seed oils.
Yes.
And it's a fat spread. So think of what you put in your bread.
So now,
but you can cook with it as well.
Yeah, now for somebody like me who doesn't eat butter or margarine, does this now work?
This is the best of both worlds.
Really?
Yeah, it gives you that nice and buttery flavor you like.
All right.
And while it's also feeding you the omega-3, remember our bodies can't make that.
Yes.
But then from the extra virgin olive oil that's been blended into this, you get that.
All right, so now
what we're going to do, we're going to tip this dough into your bowl, and then you take it straight to that steaming water there. So always, when you're steaming bread, just make sure that the water only comes about a third up.
So we put all of us inside the pot.
Put that, let's just level it up.
It seems like you're a bit hesitant there.
But be careful of your fingers.
Really?
Yeah, because that is piping hot water.
So we're not throwing this in, we're just putting
No, put it with a bowl.
Right.
Oh, I know why you're confused.
Yes.
Now I know, because traditionally we use an enamel. You know, an enamel bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we use traditionally, not glass.
It's not going to break.
On TV here,
so
we use things out of glass. Yes, it's not.
But also, I know, Chef Pumla, a lot of people use plastic, like a normal plastic, like a Woolies plastic.
Yes. I've seen that in Durban. Yeah, in Durban. Yeah, I learned to use that. Or just from a loaf of bread, you just take that. Yeah.
Yes, that's
and you put but then the knot must be very tight, because you don't want some of the steaming water to get into your bread. Then you end up with a very heavy bread.
And a very dense, soggy bread. Is it okay to close
steam that, close it up. Your heat must be medium-low.
Okay.
Medium-low.
So you can reduce it a bit.
I'm going to put it on 4.
That cooks very fast. So the rest of the ingredients that I added, there was a bit of baking powder, a bit of salt, and a bit of sugar to balance the salt out, but not too much salt.
So, more umehluko between khona lokho sikwenzayo nedombolo.
So
that is you just talking about heritage meals that you love to enjoy. I mean, Kanyi Saw has just taken me back home to umlazi with idombolo.
Idombolo.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Chef Phumla, won't you enlighten us?
So the difference, if you remember, I said, so idombolo, we call it steam bread.
Yes,
yeah, in Xhosa ngasamanzi.
Yeah,
in Xhosa. So it's basically flour, a little bit of a raising agent. So mostly it's yeast. But you can use baking powder like we have in this dombolo here. This is also a version of a dombolo, but we use mini meal, remember? And we've used some added corn as well, pounded corn. We didn't pound it, but you can pound the corn as well.
Stunning.
So that's a major difference.
Whilst that station is busy talking, the rest of us are working. No, I'm just kidding. We have already started on our side dish. Of course, we're making that delicious fresh salad that is going to cut through the heaviness of this meal. Of course, it's spring. We want to spring up our step. So we've already gotten our carrots grated. I'm busy with the radishes now, and I know that you guys have some stuff that you want to add to the salad as well.
Yes, so we're going to add wild herbs. So this is called umngqusho salad. So Kanyi, so you want very thin slices here.
All right.
If you can replicate what I've just done.
Let's try. As long as I don't cut my fingers.
So in here for our salad, we have different leaves. So really the concept is made from ilagla in Xhosa. So ilagla, you know ilagla?
No, you ilagla.
So ilagla is wild greens.
Oh, yes.
What you would regard as really weeds. You know, weeds from your garden, those that attach themselves to the real vegetables. So, but then you must know which ones, like your dandelions, we've got umfino. Yes, it's umfino.
Yes.
You've got your rocket here, you've got your silver beets here. So what you want in umfino is really the bittery, the peppery, and the mild.
Absolutely. That definitely does incorporate so many South African flavors. If you just tuned in and you want a quick recap as to what we've done so far in the kitchen, we have made a delicious lamb stew here, a very delicious lamb stew, which is underway. It is heating up. The lamb is getting tender. The potatoes are now also starting to soften up. We have got, can you hear that rumbling, a little rumbling in the kitchen? That is, of course, umngqusho here that is busy bubbling under. We're not going to open that, of course, because safety first in the kitchen. No. We have gotten started, Mama. How are those onions looking?
They're looking good, my dear. I'm doing around it. For the salad, it's coming together.
Oh, I'm so excited to dig in. Now remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. But if you need to see how this is made one more time, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover. Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Bubbling under, it's heating up in this kitchen. It is certainly getting hot. I hope that you're enjoying your Heritage Day. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express and tell us what you're getting up to. What is cooking in your kitchen? Otherwise, we're going to see you after the break as we put the finishing touches on this incredible dish.
Every day, brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Chock Home in Port Elizabeth, a support base where children undergoing treatment and their families are accommodated, supported, and given a fighting chance against cancer.
The wonder of LG OLED TV with new intelligence. LG OLED TV.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and thank you so much for choosing us this Tuesday afternoon. Now, when it comes to watching your favorite shows, we all want clear and high-quality picture. The LG C9 OLED delivers infinite contrast, enhancing your viewing experience. The OLED technology used in LG's new range can light every pixel independently, so you can get perfect viewing experience with true blacks and vivid color. Now, this means that your viewing experience is also out of this world, and your gaming is taken to the next level with the vivid colors, no lag time, fluid experience, games look and feel played even better. Now, this display is taken to the next level because this is available in 77-inch, 65-inch, and 55-inch. Now, there's no better addition to your home. It looks like besides televisions that are out of this world, we've got food here that is to die for. Now, Chef Pumla, you seem to plated this up perfectly. What do we have here?
So what we have here is the umngqusho salad with flowers. But kids at home must be warned, those are edible. Don't just pick flowers and put in your salad.
Don't try this at home, kids. Okay.
Yeah, so this is umngqusho, so it's different greens, really. And then we have our township lamb stew over there that Mama Lindy made for us. Very mild in flavor. And then we've got umngqusho.
Oh, stunning, Mama Lindy. What do you think of this final dish?
Wow. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's appetizing. I think everybody should just cook like this.
Absolutely.
For the taste.
Whilst we dish up for ourselves, guests first, I mean, Kanyi Saw, you've had such an incredible time with us on the show today.
Thank you.
What has been your highlight of this Heritage Day?
Well, learning more about my African dishes that I didn't know about, and just finding out that we actually cook the same dishes in different tribes, but we just call them different names.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that that is such a common thread with South African meals and South African food and cuisine, is that we kind of lend and share from different countries and different places in the world. We've got very strong Indian kind of heritage also that is implemented in our food, which I celebrate, of course.
Definitely.
And you've done such incredible work. What can South Africa expect from you?
Well, right now, nothing. I'm just focusing on my acting, but I want to... Well, I've registered a production company under Kanyi Saw Makani Productions, and I'm looking at doing more TV shows, but for more online content.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's, in a way, I'm creating jobs for people that just graduated or somebody who's in their third year. I'm also looking for somebody who's talented on screen, but that's not going to happen now, maybe in 2 years' time. So people need to look out for that.
Absolutely. So much to look forward to. Yeah. But before we take those next steps, we need to enjoy the food that's in front of us. South Africa, I hope you've had a fantastic Heritage Day. Thank you so much for cooking along with us. You know that we truly treasure these Cook-Along Tuesdays. But for now, we have to just sit back, relax, enjoy our food that we've cooked. We want you to tune in tomorrow, same time, same place. Happy eating, South Africa. Good night, mwah, and God bless. Let me dish up. I'm ready to eat.
Oh, yes. Dig in,
South Africa. Woo!
Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.